Eggs. That was the food that most recently created really chaos across the country because of safety concerns. Millions of eggs had to be recalled because of the salmonella scare. This morning, we're talking food safety with Tom Chestnut from NSF. That's a nonprofit public health organization that really focuses on food safety, among other things. So, Tom, thanks for being here.
Great to be here.
I want to talk about this egg recall. What went wrong there? How does the process work that can go on? In other words, a farm that is filthy and distributing these tainted eggs.
Well, I think when it comes down to what can consumers do, the word that we hear a lot is shared responsibility. There's responsibilities on the part of the egg producers, the industry, just the food industry overall, responsibilities on the part of government, and a lot of what we want to talk about is responsibilities. What can consumers do? And that's something we did a survey back in September to see what consumer habits were in the home, and we really picked up some things consumers were doing well and things that they could do a lot better at.
Okay, so ways to protect yourself should tainted food slip through the cracks and end up in your house, which hopefully not the case. But okay, so let's talk about one of the things that you talk about is these expiration dates and things to look for on food. So what do we, when we buy something, what do we look for?
Well, that's a starting point, is right when you're in a supermarket, most everything, we'll pick up the orange juice here, it'll either be called an expiration date, a use-by date, or a best-by date. And really, that's what manufacturers put on there to deliver the best level of quality. But what you really want to do is look for that when you make your purchases, because you don't want something to be expired. On the other hand, once you get it home, check the product. Like, I look at our milk, and sometimes a day or two before it won't smell quite right. I won't use it to that date. Sometimes it's good 2, 3, 4 days after that date. So it's really a recommended use by date. It's not a hard fast date.
So the old smell test is pretty good, huh? So sell by is, when we break it down, sell by refers to sort of the display there to get it off the shelf by this particular date. And then best if used by means for flavor, really. It's not a safety issue, right? The best if. And then used by means for the quality of food. Does the use by, that's not a hard and fast rule, though, that the food's going to be unsafe.
Exactly. It's more for the best quality. You want to use it by that time. But if you store the food properly, a lot of food you can use day, 2 days, 3 days past that date.
What about some of the expiration dates or some of these codes are, 10 digits long with digits and letters? What do those mean?
A lot of that is your manufacturer. That's what they use for recalls, to do trace backs, and food much better on the grocery store shelves. Here's another good example on lettuce. It's, enjoy by 10:07. So, these will be well marked with, the date. And again, it's a recommended date. If you have that unopened in your refrigerator, a day or two after the 7th of October, you can still use that product and it'd be very good quality.
Let's talk about lettuce in the bag, because this too has been scrutinized and been the subject of recalls. Do you wash your bagged lettuce?
Not this kind.
No?
I mean, this that's pre-packaged like this, it's ready to go. I mean, when you get it out of there, you have it. We use some examples of like the apples, though. These are things that when you take these out of the bag, you do want to go ahead and wash them. And one of the things we're recommending that people do is, one of the concerns with washing vegetables and fruits in the home is cross-contamination with your sink. Because you're also washing your dishes there. So we recommend put things like this in a colander to wash them good, and that keeps the separation from the sink.
All right, very good. All right, Tom, well, good stuff. And we'll also put more information on our website, too, about storing leftovers and properly protecting yourself when it comes to food safety. Thank you for being here.